My name is Dr. Wadell Brooks, Sr., your host, and this is Lake County Community Forum. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another outstanding guest this evening, Mrs. Sylvia A. Hayes from Atlanta, Georgia area. Ladies and gentlemen, the programs are inspirational, educational, religious, and informational. And this is truly an informational program this evening. Greetings, Sylvia.
Greetings, how are you?
We're very happy that you literally took time for your busy schedule to be with us on Lake County Community Forum. I guess it's been a while since we've seen each other. We're from the same area of the United States. I was born in Howard Bottom in Lexington, Mississippi, and your father was born in Howard Bottom, but you were born in Mcgee, Mississippi, right?
Right.
Okay, which is just a little south of Lexington.
Right, just south of
things has happened between then and now. You're a talk show host, a producer, director, storyteller, actress, owner, joint owner of 2 businesses. You're an author, and boy, the list goes on and on. And I want you, first of all, let you tell our listening audience a little bit about your personal background. We want to know, people may not have heard of Mcgee, Mississippi. How was life in Mcgee, Mississippi?
Well, Mcgee, I really enjoyed Mcgee. A lot of people say it's boring there, but if you grew up there, you knew what to do. So
Okay.
life, I enjoyed it. Had things to do there. My family was there. That's always a pleasure right there. Just being around the family. Had a good education. So I enjoyed it.
Okay. What piqued your interest to leave Mcgee to go to Atlanta?
Oh, because I was a theater major, and they didn't have any theater there. I've been gone for almost 40 years, and they didn't have that there, and I wanted to be an actress. I left Mcgee to become an entertainer in all aspects, to be an actor, model, singer, dancer, you name it. I want to be an entertainer, and they did not have that there. The only entertainment they had was at church. Gospel singer, and I was a gospel singer at one time. I was in a couple of groups there. So I enjoyed that, but I wanted more. I wanted I guess you could say the limelight, be an actress, a dancer, model. I wanted to do all that stuff, and they did not have it there. So I came to Atlanta. Versus going to California or New York. Of course, California had earthquakes, didn't want to go there. New York had snow, didn't want to go there. So I came to Atlanta where Wayne Williams was killing all the boys, so that was the time that I came to Atlanta. And I was really a little afraid to do that. But I talked to Dick Gregory, and he said, you'll be all right, just go on. So I took his word for it, came here, and I'm fine.
And one of your talents is a talk show host. And how did you get started?
How did I get started? Well, actually, I was substituting for some, because I was working at the studio, producing and directing, that kind of stuff. Somebody was out, and they put me up there to host. So I substituted for someone. And after that show, they said, you should have your own show. And then a friend of mine, the guy who just died Sunday, he said, I'm gonna put you on the show. You're going to have your own show. And he put me up there, and that's how I got started.
This is typical, I guess, of this family that you met. I think I mentioned that we're from the same family. Your grandfather and my grandfather, I think, were brothers. Cy Mcgee, was Cy Mcgee your grandfather or great-grandfather?
Great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather. Well, he was the brother of my grandfather, Thomas Land.
Okay.
So we're from the same background there, same family.
Right.
I guess we both like to talk.
Yes.
But I got started the same way. I was recruited, and the manager of the radio station say, I have a show for you and I want you to host it, you know. And so I got myself together in about 6 months and I started hosting. That was in 1990 and I'm still hosting the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But tell us about challenging experiences that you had in your talk show host.
Oh, my most challenging is people showing up.
Okay, that's right.
That is the most challenging. And being as a director, you as a director, you know what you want. So being a talk show host, my friend keep telling me, Sylvia, you cannot direct from the stage. So that was one of the challenges for me, trying to direct. Well, I wouldn't do it on air because I was doing live shows. I wouldn't do it on air, but beforehand, or maybe in between or something, I was saying, do this, do this, do this. And when the camera's not on me, I'm trying to give a sign or tell somebody what to do. And it was a challenge not to do that. I had to be the talent rather than the director. So that's my most challenging thing, besides people not showing up. You have a whole line of guests lined up and everything's going to be so great, and then they don't show up. And a lot of times they don't even call to tell you they're not coming. So I think that was my challenge.
What are types of programs that you host?
The type of, I did talk shows.
Uh-huh.
There I did talk show, but then I also produce events where I gather a whole bunch of talent to perform. So I've done that too and host that as well. So I like my music.
In addition, you're a storyteller, but how did you get involved in storytelling?
Well, I became a storyteller. Well, it started, I was doing it to keep my talent up as an actress, because I was an actress, right? Then I became a mommy. Being a mommy is a full-time job, and this, you can't do that real good and be an actress, because being an actor, it takes you away. So I just started telling stories. I had this monologue that I would do. I didn't know it was a story at the time. I just thought it was a monologue. So I was doing this monologue every year or several times a year just to keep my talent up as an actress. And then one day I performed at a Kwanzaa event, and the guy who was hosting it, he was so amazed at my story that he said, you should get in contact with Akbar, who was, I think he was in charge of the Kwanzaa corporation, Kwanzaa events and stuff. So I reached out to him, and he was a storyteller, and they had an organization called Kaumba Storytellers of Georgia. So I joined them, and that's how I became a storyteller. Just doing that, and I learned a lot.
Yeah, I want to move into something you also have dear to your heart, and that's writing a book. I have a book here that you wrote called Power Thoughts. And I know you just anxious to tell us about empowering for a successful life. Tell us about what encouraged you, what piqued your interest in being an author.
Well, I was a school bus driver, okay? Like I said, I was a mommy. Let's start there. I was a mommy, and I noticed that kids didn't have the same values and teachings that my kids had. So I was instilling stuff in them, my kids' friends, talk to them and stuff like that. And then I realized as my kids were getting older, that my hands was going to be in the hands of the youth. So when I wanted it done right, if they're going to be my doctor, I needed to have good morals and, be the best and all of that kind of stuff. So I got a job specifically to do Power Thoughts as a school bus driver. So when they interviewed me as a school bus driver, I told them that's what I was there for, to do Power Thoughts. And they had no problem with it. And so that's what I was doing, Power Thoughts on the school bus, to encourage kids to be their best and all of that. So it helped them so much. They got better grades. I didn't have any fighting on my school bus. They respected everybody. it was just amazing, the things that happened with them, the transformation. So when I stopped driving the school bus, I wanted to encourage the people, continue to encourage. So I took out my power thoughts and put them in a book, and I published it so I can continue to encourage people. Because I know my husband and I, we went to AutoZone, and one of my students said, "I remember you. You're my bus driver, and you did the power thoughts." He said those power thoughts did him so much good. It helped him so much. And he had finished high school, got married, had kids of his own. And so that was an encouragement right there. I'm going all these years, and my power thoughts are still sticking with them. You know, I had to put the book out because it ain't no telling how many other people it helps. So I just wanted to continue to encourage people.
Wow, you have about, let's see, 85 power thoughts in your book. You want to tell us about some of the ones that stand out? I guess they all stand out, though, but
yeah, the first one is the first one in the book. You control your destiny. You have the power to succeed. Let no one discourage you from reaching your mightiest dream. That is one of the most powerful. That's the beginning, then the one I had the end too. I had that one on my telephone. You know, when years and years ago when my kids were little, right? So that was the message when you got my voicemail. That was the message you heard on my voicemail. And I remember my daughter, I was talking to her about something because it was something I didn't want her to do. Military. I didn't want her to join the military because, you know, you don't want your baby to go. And so she said, "Mama, you remember that message, I control my destiny?" Well, I control my destiny. You know, and that was years later. She still remembered that.
and she went to the military.
Yes, she went into the military, did 5 years, and she's still doing good. You know, she became a doula and now a birth photographer. She's doing well because she controlled her destiny, you know, from my book. So that was one of the things. And one time I had it also on the bumper of my car. You know, I had it printed out and had it on the bumper of my car. In the middle of Highway 75, downtown Atlanta, there was a traffic jam. A guy got out of his car and came up to me and said, "I love your bumper sticker. I love what you have on your car." This is in the middle of a big old interstate. You know, he said that. So I have affected a lot of people. So I love that one. And my last one, shall I read it to you? My last one is the finale. I did that one way before I became a bus driver. I just woke up in the middle of the night and I was thinking this poem and I wrote it up. I got up and I wrote it down. And that was years before I became a bus driver. And I was looking through it. I'm going, "Oh, this is the perfect finale for my book." And it's called My Choice. Let me read it to you real quick.
Okay.
My choice. I choose whether or not I will get angry today. I choose who I want to be my friends. It is my choice to have a positive attitude wherever I go. I choose to be happy and drug-free. You can't make that choice for me. I won't let you. I am in control of my life, my happiness, my destiny. My mind is elevated and I have the power to conceive, achieve, and succeed. Attitude is everything, and I can make things happen because it is my choice.
Yeah. My high school graduation, our motto was "In ourselves, our future lies." And I have never forgot that. It's very important. And that's similar to the one, your number 2 says, "If it's to be, then it's up to me."
Right.
That's very, very important.
It is. And a lot of people put their destiny out for somebody else. So-and-so didn't do so-and-so, so I didn't do this, you know? So, but you have to make your mind up. You have to go and do when nobody else will follow you. You know, a lot of people don't do things because somebody else didn't join them. But sometimes you got to stand out there and be on your own.
And where can people purchase Power Thoughts?
Oh, you can Google the book. Just go to Google, put Power Thoughts by Sylvia Hayes, and
Okay.
you'll see there is several outlets out there. You can get it on Amazon, eBay, Lulu.com, and only God knows who else is out there that has my book. I saw several people with it, but those are the ones I remember that stood out.
Did you have any problem getting it published? I should
Yeah.
say the challenging experience.
Yes, there were some challenges. Writing the book, I had no problem writing it,
Okay.
but downloading it to the publisher, yeah, I had some problems. And to be honest, some of those power thoughts in my book, I had to exercise those those power thoughts to get this book out.
Right. Now, you mentioned storytelling. How important is storytelling? I know we had a storyteller come to our local library, and it was just fantastic to the kids.
Mhm. It is. I love stories. See, I tell it not only to kids but to adults as well. I
Okay.
had one lady who was, I think, turning 75. She
Mhm.
wanted me there to tell stories. So it's wide open. I've even been to the club, a comedy club, telling stories.
Okay.
So it's good. It's important, and it opens up your imagination. And then those people who want to learn, it takes them out of that shyness.
Now you are an owner of two businesses. Tell us
Yes,
about.
I am. I am the owner of Alive and Kicking Productions. It's an LLC. The COVID-19 gave me the opportunity to do that, to get my LLC. So Alive and Kicking Production, actually, Alive and Kicking actually published my book.
Mm,
So they are self-publishing. And the other one is Reliable Team Media. It's a media company. We have a show called the Church Ladies Cooking Show. And so we produce that, plus we do other media stuff for people. So different companies, yeah. And Alive and Kicking also produce my talk show, Good News at Prime Time. And I have a health and wellness show called Alive and Kicking. So Alive and Kicking Productions produces those two shows as well.
were you shy about becoming an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur. No, I wasn't shy about it because I like having my own stuff and being in control of my destiny. So
Okay.
I wasn't shy about it, but nah, I wasn't shy.
Yeah, but it made it better for you to have be a co-owner too, right? Have somebody.
Oh, most definitely. Because there are a lot of things that I'm not good at, which is money. Okay, I'm not good at asking people for money. And
Okay.
I know a lot of people would take advantage of you, try to get everything for free. That's the only problem I have with being an entrepreneur. I'm not good at asking for money. You
Okay.
know.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm good to go.
All right. So actually, being very challenging again, usually being a producer and editor and a director and the whole works there. That that's just a challenge that you developed, I guess, huh?
Yes, it is. It just comes with practice. Yes. It just comes with, and now I say it's easy, but I know when I first got started, I was a little scared, especially being a director in the studio. Every time it was time for me to get in there and get under that board, my nerves just went, ugh. I was scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But it came natural, and everything is good now. Everything is natural to me now.
Yeah. Well, this is fantastic. Well, Tessa, you mentioned about your daughter. Tell us about your family. You
Well,
get support from your family.
oh yes, I do. My granddaughter actually asked me last week, "Grandma, are you famous?" I'm going, "No." No, I'm not famous because I took her with me to the studio. They're in Hawaii now. You know, that's where she's stationed at. And when they were here, I took them with me to the studio, and they saw me performing, you know, on the stage and stuff. And then now they see my book, and they tell the babysitter, my grandmama wrote that book. You know, so I have support from the family, and you know. So, and I have a son and a daughter, and both of them are supportive because when I was trying to download my book, my son is an IT person, and I had to keep calling him to help me with getting it downloaded. So they are supportive.
Right, right. So actually, you mentioned that you don't have any problem recruiting for guests. I know in my situation, I have no problem at all. I'm overloaded with guests. I have guests 2 or 3 months ahead of time. You know,
Oh, really?
Do you have any problem recruiting?
No, I don't necessarily have a problem recruiting. A lot of people want to come on if the time is right for them.
Okay.
But other than that, they love it. They love coming on. So it gives them an opportunity to promote themselves. And I love promoting people.
And you're
not there.
Just the Atlanta area, or you like here? I'm covering you from across the country.
Right.
Do you cover just the Atlanta area, or do you cover beyond?
Well, beyond mostly in it. Well, let's do it like this. Now, when I'm doing a concert, I go beyond.
Okay.
But just to come in the studio is just people in Atlanta, in the metro Atlanta area. So it's different. But Zoom is different. But I haven't had an opportunity to get it a lot of people, except for when I did a concert. I got somebody from Chicago and somebody from California and Alabama, all of those people to be on the show for the Zoom. But in the studio, it's different.
Right. What about Tyler Perry? Have you been in contact with him out there at all?
No, I have not been in contact with him, but I have worked at his studio several times because I'm also a stagehand. So I've been out there for a while and out, and the Sunday's best, something like that. They filmed out there. So I was out there helping with that, and I love his studio. I love it. Yeah. So I haven't talked to him personally, but I've been at his studio a few times.
And he's an owner of his own studio, right?
Yes, he is. He is the owner of Fort Mac. So he bought the whole Fort Mac and.
Okay.
Yeah, so he did a phenomenal job out there. He really did, building up all those studios and got actors' names on it. It really makes you proud to see the work that he's done.
I know the Hayes Mcgee family are proud of you too. And I hope they have a chance to click and get onto to see this Zoom program to see where their family have come from Mcgee, Mississippi, all the way to Atlanta and doing well. And
right.
We certainly appreciate it. And also your daughter, when you were in Chicago, I think I taped you and your daughter while she's in uniform.
Yes, you did.
Many years ago.
But what, 18, 19 years ago?
Right. And now you say she's the one that's in Hawaii?
She's in Hawaii right now. And I am so waiting for her to come home.
You're right.
It's been gone for so long. I'm missing out my grandkids. They're just growing up without me. So.
Right. Well, what is your ultimate goal now? It's hard to say because you have so many avenues. There's so many so many things you're doing. It's hard to think of anything else. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
No more than become a professional speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to use this book to, as you know, a lead way for me to go out and speak to the young people, especially because they need this book. There's a lot of knowledge that they're not being taught. And so I want to get out and talk to them because, you know, like when I was a bus driver and I would do my power thoughts every morning. And a couple of the kids says I talk more to them than their mothers do, than their parents.
Right.
You know, so they need that knowledge. They want it. And so that's one of the things I want to do, become a professional speaker. Not only that, people in a domestic abuse and who have low self-esteem, all of that, they need my book. They need me to come and talk to them. So I want to become a professional speaker. That was my ultimate goal years ago. You know, I took Toastmaster years before I started doing storytelling. So I can become a professional speaker. So that's one of the things. And as far as doing everything, my husband said, "You don't know what you want to do." I'm going, "Yes, I do." He said, "What?" I said, "Everything." I want to do everything. So I know what I want to do.
What is he involved in?
He's a graphic artist.
Okay.
He had his own business selling T-shirts, printing, diagramming, and stuff like that. But he retired last year, so that's what he was, a graphic artist.
Well, we were looking forward to seeing you this past summer, but the COVID-19 had played a part into that, and but maybe next year we'll get a chance to. We had the Hayes Davis Mcgee family reunion
Right.
each year.
I am looking forward to it. I was looking forward to it this time. My son actually had planned to come. You know, all these years I've been trying to get him to go to the reunion and he wouldn't come. So this year he was going to go. And then we had this pandemic. Missed out again. And the family reunion, the family is so important to know, you know. So I want them to be there.
Right. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, we hope that we get a chance to see you and take part in your storytelling, and we have to have a session set aside for your power thoughts.
Oh, okay. I will enjoy.
Is there one or two that you'd like to leave us with? I know time is fleeing, and I'm gonna have to let you go.
I can't think of anything right now. Choose your battles wisely.
Okay.
Yeah, choose your battles wisely. Oh, and forgive so you can live. Because a lot of people hold grudges forever and they don't want to forgive. But if you release that pain, you can live again.
And we can only focus on the solution and not the problem. We have so many people just concentrate on the problem, but a problem is not going to resolve itself, right?
Right.
Concentrate on the solution, and this is what you've been doing.
Right, concentrating on the solution.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we've been had an outstanding conversation with my cousin, Sylvia A. Hayes, from Atlanta, Georgia, but you're from the suburb, right?
Right, suburb, the north end of Atlanta, North Cross, but they still call it Atlanta.
Okay.
So Atlanta's right down the street.
Okay. Ms. Hayes is a talk show host, producer, director, storyteller, actress, owner, joint owner of 2 businesses, and author, and like I say, the list goes on and on. And you have never regretted leaving Mcgee, Mississippi to go to Atlanta, Georgia.
Not at all. I love it here.
Okay, we love talking with you, and hopefully we can see you at the next family reunion next year, hopefully so.
Okay. Thank you, and thank you for having me. And you're a superstar yourself, being a talk show host.
Yeah, you wouldn't fool me now, would you?
No, not at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Lake County Community Forum. My name is Dr. Wadell Brooks Sr., your host. Take it easy, Sylvia.